be showing you guys how to make a slab plate. Slab plates are extremely easy and very usable. They actually can be put in the dishwasher, they can be put in the microwave, just like the plates that you would have at home. And making a slab plate is really simple. I'm going to show you a couple different techniques. First of all, this little plaster mold here is called a hump mold, and they come in all different shapes. I actually have a variety at both Stock Center and BBE's to choose from, so just come see me and we'll find one if you're interested in these. But basically what I'm going to do is I need to cut a shape that's larger than the hump mold, just in case. Usually the extra little bumps in the middle take up some extra clay. So I'm just going to cut a shape that's a little larger than I need. Anything that you want as a design for your hump mold plate needs to be done before you actually put it on the mold, because once it's on there, it sits there long enough where it starts to dry. So I'm just going to take and smooth out and make this side look nice. Some of my favorite plates are even fairly simple. So I'm going to show you how you can actually take and add texture with different objects. Anything really works for this, but I'm just going to take and gently roll this into my clay. Got some dry clay in here. You can also use other tools like the needle tool for different things. One thing you want to think about is the actual area that your food is going to go on. You don't really want a ton of extra texture on because your food would probably get stuck in it. But then basically what I'll do, let's say that's the design that I wanted. You basically just push your clay around the form. You don't need anything between your project and the plaster molds because the clay won't stick to the plaster, but you can actually make slump molds out of everyday objects like plates or bowls, and usually those types of things, the clay will stick to them, so you just need to make sure that you put paper towels or something in between. So I just kind of pushed the clay onto the shape. Then you can actually take the needle tool and cut right up to the edge. I would smooth it out. While it's flipped over, you might as well put your name on the bottom. And honestly, making a plate can be as simple as that. The only thing that you have to think about is that on these slump molds, when you're putting clay over something, the clay actually does dry fairly quickly, and when it dries, the clay does shrink. So you just want to make sure that something like this, it's okay to let it sit here, but you don't want it to dry on here, because if there's something like the shape in here and the clay shrinks, it doesn't have anywhere to go. So a lot of times they'll crack on the slump molds. But if you just let it sit on here like maybe one class period while you're working, or keep it really wrapped up so it doesn't dry out and pop it off before you leave at the end of the day, that would be a better way to do it, and it's much less likely to crack. It just needs to set up enough that it's not going to slump down and be flat again. So this is how you do a slump mold. In a little bit I might be able to kind of pop it